8.7 for loop statement. For is the second type of loop statement provided by C language. For is the most popular loop. The convenience with the syntax. Here, you know that there are three elements for every loop. The first one is initialization, second one test expression, third one is incrementation. All the three elements are written in one place, one line. That's why it is very simple to write, and the scope of errors are limited. Now, how to write this? Now you see, now for loop, the syntax I am writing. This is initialization, semicolon, test, again semicolon, increment. This is the syntax. Suppose in order to write 10 numbers, already I have given an example, then how you write int C, C is the counter. Now how you write for, you would like to write numbers from 1 to 10. So initialization is 1. Up to 10 you want to write. That's why what you write, C is less than or equal to 10. Next, incrementation, C++. See the syntax carefully. After initialization, one semicolon. After test expression, one more semicolon. After incrementation, no semicolon. Always the two semicolons are must. Without the two semicolons, we should not write. That syntax rule you thoroughly understand. And thereafter, one more thing, in some cases, initialization might be done earlier. Already have seen in one program, incrementation, decrementation. For the second loop, initialization was done already. So, such type of cases are there and all that. What should we do? That means, suppose initialization was made impliedly like this, and then what should you do? That means initialization is not there with the for loop. Already it was done. Then, in such case, what should we write? We write a semicolon, then write test expression, C is less than or equal to 10, then incrementation. Two semicolons are must. In some other cases, your program may demand that incrementation should be within the body of the loop, then like while. Then in such case, that is also possible. Now you see, int C is equal to 1, initialization is made outside, and for only test expression is there. Then less than 10, then also one more semicolon and close. Within the body, you may write like while loop. You can write incrementation like this. One more point you have to understand. When you write incrementation here, he didn't write semicolon. It is not terminated by semicolon. But here, you are writing incrementation statement independently. It is an independent statement. That's why it should be terminated by semicolon. Here, two semicolons are there. These all alternatives you remember. Sometimes you have to create an infinite loop. Explicitly, you want to create an infinite loop with for loop. Already I explained with while loop. Suppose with while loop, if we have to create an infinite loop, you can write like this: while 1. 1 represents true. That means while is true, then it is a infinite loop. With using for also, you can create like this. Two semicolons is right. Then it creates an infinite loop. So all these points, syntactical points, you remember. And one more thing I am telling you, as far as while and do while, next time I am going to explain. Creating block is compulsory. You don't have any option. As far as for is concerned, creating block is optional. Now here you see, in this case, now we have written, and if you write a statement, the for loop is applicable to first statement. Only one statement. Suppose if you write two statements, the for loop is applicable to only one statement, not to two. That means if you write more than one statement, you must create a block. This concept we have discussed in selection control structures like that. However, I advise you, always create a block. That is always safe, and it is quite readable also. All these syntactical issues you remember, and if you commit a simple mistake also, unnecessarily it leads to errors, and like other loops, you should not write a semicolon. While loop also, you should not write a semicolon. Here also, you should not write a semicolon. Now, when you write a semicolon, then suppose if you create a semicolon here, the control cannot enter into the body of the loop where actual statements are to be executed. So, that's why don't write semicolon. These syntactical points you remember. And now 8.7. 8.7, we are writing a program for converting Fahrenheit into centigrade. Here, now you see Fahrenheit 50. Initialization is 50 and test condition less than or equal to 100. And FH is equal to FH plus 5. Now 12th line, 8.7, 12th line you see here, few points you have to remember. Now for loop FH is equal to 50. That is initialization is from 50, not from 1. So already I told you, initialization need not be from 1. It may be any other number. Next, next expression, Fahrenheit is less than or equal to 100. So what do you mean by that? 50 to 100 range. And what is the incrementation? FH is equal to FH plus 5. That means 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, like that it is incremented. Here it is better use shorthand operator. How you write? FH plus equal to 5. This is always a good practice. You write this, and in this manner it executes. Now you see in the 14th line we have written a formula for converting Fahrenheit into centigrade. Then we are printing that. We are printing table. Actually, we are printing table. That's why output statement I have written within the body of the loop. 15th line, you see. Already I told you, if you want to print a series of things like multiplication and all, then you write the output statement within the body of the loop. If you want final result, then you write the output statement after the body of the loop. Now in this case, we want to print a table. That's why we have written output statement within the body of the loop. That is the 15th line. Now after the loop, we have written a line that is printed. So after loop is one more time I am repeating the same point. Loop, termination of loop means termination of not termination of the program. Loop may be terminated, but program may not be terminated. In this case, loop is terminated in the 16th line. After that, one statement is there. After executing that printf statement, program is terminated. Loop is part of the loop, part of the program. Because of the termination of loop, program need not be terminated. If any statements are there after loop, body of the loop, those are executed. At the end of that, program is terminated. That point you remember. And next, one more program you see. This is 8.8. 8.8. Here, first statement, initialization outside the loop. Actually, here, like while loop, we are making initialization outside the loop. Then, for this purpose, here C and D, C value and D value, we are reading. C is less than or equal to D, then C++. Now you see, what is the syntactical issue you have to observe is, initialization we are making outside, because C's value we are reading through scanf statement. Then D's value also we are reading. That's why first we wrote semicolon. Thereafter C less than or equal to D. Then C plus plus. C plus plus we have written. Now you see C's value we have given 5. D's value we have given 10. What do you mean by that? Starting from 5 to 10, the numbers are to be printed. Now interactively, anything you give, suppose C's value you give 2 and D's value you give 8, 2 to 8 numbers are printed. So here what you have to grasp, initialization is outside. Then in such case also 2 semicolons we have written. And the next program is the 8.9. Initialization we made outside and incrementation we made within the body of the loop. Then also we have written 2 semicolons. Now that is initialization 1, test condition up to 10, then 1 to 10 numbers are printed. The syntaxical point you should keenly observe and follow in your programs.